Hey YouTube, what's going on guys? Today I have a special video for you. So, I just recently got back into Project Zomboid, and I would say I haven't played it since around build 41, okay? So, I took all of the new updates all at once, and boy, was I kind of shocked with some of the new content they have. So today's video is the top 5 best changes I think they've added to the game since version 41. Now, first things first, okay? This list is in no particular order and is strictly just my opinion, okay? With that out of the way, let's get to it. Number one's got to be metallurgy, okay? This was one of the best additions Project Zomboid has ever done, in my opinion. I love blacksmithing, I love welding, well, the extensions to it, and I love making a cool suit of armor. I mean, really, I cannot say enough positive things about this update overall. And to top it all off, it finally gives you a use for all those junk trash iron pipes, damn it. You can finally melt them down and turn them into something more useful. At number 2, it's got to be all the new map locations, okay? Echo Creek has to be my new favorite spawn location, okay? It gives you a nice, slow, easy start. There's enough things to get your character going. You can find a couple tools, you can get a car, and then you can go to somewhere a little bit more population dense, like Ekron, Irvington, Brandenburg. All of these are really great options with very unique areas in each city, like Ekron's community college, Irvington with its balance of space and zombie population so it doesn't get too overcrowded. Not to mention it has a little bit of everything. And then of course you have Brandenburg as well, which has the train yard and a lot of other loot variety as well. Overall, on every character I make, I usually find myself going to at least one of the new cities. It's definitely a really good update, and I'm really glad they added these into the game, and I hope they add even more. At number 3, we have livestock and wild animals. In the wild animals category, we have things like rats, raccoons, turkeys, rabbits, and even deer. In build 41, if you wanted to hunt, you'd have to do it through trapping or tracking, but in build 42, you can find them randomly on the map. There's also multiple ways that you can kill them, through guns, melee, or even vehicles. Another benefit to the wild animals is they're all classified as small animals except for deer, which means you can butcher the rest on the spot. Talk about convenient. For farm animals, there's chickens, cows, sheep, and pigs. Out of the farm animals, I would have to say that my 2 favorite have to be sheep and chickens. Chickens have absolutely no pregnancy cooldown. They reproduce very, very fast, and you have literally an unlimited source of food. They have eggs, and, of course, they give that juicy old meat. About the only upkeep they have is having to clean the hutch, because if the hutch gets to 100% dirtiness, they will all die. However, chickens don't even need a hutch. Give them a trough of water and some space so they can roam around, and they're fine. Like, seriously. Things with chickens can get pretty out of hand pretty quick. And when it comes to sheep, they probably have the most utility of any of the other livestock. You get meat from them, they produce wool, and they produce milk. They are definitely the best of the larger animals. And I mean, come on, just look at them. They're just so darn cute and fluffy. And on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have cows. Yeah, cows. Screw cows and screw pigs. Yeah, pigs suck too. And on the topic of things like food and nature, that brings us to number 4, foraging. So I know everybody's not a fan of the changes that were made, but I personally think that they're pretty good overall. There's been a little bit of overtuning, of course, like so with some of the crafting recipes. However, overall, the ability to pick up items directly off the ground now overshadows almost all of the negative things. Depending on how bad your RNG can be when you spawn in places like Echo Creek, you might have to rely on foraging completely for things like stones and sticks, and maybe even twine courtesy of dogweed. Also, foraging seems to be one of the only methods for renewable limestone and clay, which makes late game metallurgy way, way easier, trust me. And finally, at our number 5 spot, we have the addition of basements. Whether it's a personal library, a gym, a workshop, storage rooms, or even a bunker, there is a lot of specialized loot in them. So instead of having to travel to every major city for a bookstore or a hardware store or even a college or school, you can get lucky and you can find a basement that has this type of loot. And of course, it is a little bit of a crap shot because sometimes you can find, well, completely empty basements that have
pretty
literally nothing in them. But outside of that rare occurrence, basements overall are really amazing, and I definitely think it's worthy of this list. I, in fact, have gotten many of my axes and many of my skill books from basements. Also, bonus entry, ragdolls. 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 And with that, that is the end of our list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And P.S. don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Kick. Peace out.